Welcome back to another Poemass video, and unfortunately, this video usually comes out a bit sooner, but yeah, with the circumstances being like this data download actually came like relatively late, right, in comparison to like usual timings, and like Steven dropped like what, a reset or two right after, so didn't just have too much time to sit with the units a bit and you know, see how they kind of stack up, right? But anyways, better late than never, I guess. So let's get into this. Also, I'm just like, I am not putting like all the 37 different units that just got like a new EX in here as well, because that'll be make it a long list. And yeah, I was just gonna go over like the new units. If you want me to like also add like those old units that get like expansions back, I guess we could do that, but I don't know, I feel like most people don't really care, so just want to talk about the new units, which is fine, right? So let's talk about the new units then. So anyways, yeah, this month I would say is definitely a bit of a down month, right? Which is, again, not inherently a bad thing. Not inherently a bad thing, especially after anniversary, where, you know, usually anniversary, it's big month, a lot of banners, right? We got, what, 3 massive fairs, right? And you know, it's usually a good opportunity to save up some gems. Not that there's no like great units in this update at all, right? There's some really nice fun units, but yeah, I'd say overall the strength of some of these units are probably a bit on the lower side, right, in comparison to like the Galarian champions that we just had, right? So yeah, I mean, anyways, let's get into this. So starting off, if we want to just go like at the bottom, I'd probably say this Lodge Steven. And you know, again, it's not like he doesn't have any good qualities, just like mostly he does have a pretty solid a rock nuke, which is nice, especially because it's a special one, because usually like most rock nukers damage dealers are like physical, right? There aren't that many special ones, so you know, having a special rock nuker is nice, right? But outside of that, he just doesn't do like too much, right? He doesn't do too much. Obviously, he doesn't have any DPS. He does have like acid, which is nice, with honor roll 4, which could debuff special defense, or has a chance to, right? So that's nice. But stuff like stealth rock is just kind of like, all right, man, stealth rock is not very good. Unfortunately, it's really just good for like the other stuff that adds on to it, like follow through and super preparations. You can have like a guaranteed crit and super effective up next sync, which could definitely be nice. But otherwise, yeah, you're not getting too much stuff out of this guy outside of, again, just a really nice sync. And sure, you get some like you get a few special defense debuffing, which isn't even like a great you know, rate of debuffing, and I guess the move gauge acceleration, but yeah, it's probably early on in the battle, which also slightly sucks as well. But you know, but yeah, he's fine. It's just of all these, he's probably be a bit lower, right? Next up, this one's slightly disappointing, just because like I really like the concept of this unit in terms of, you know, the outfit and all that stuff. But the Team Rocket Lyra is not the best. Like, it does have like some stuff in the kit that are like, oh, this could be interesting, this could be nice, right? You have the ground rebuff, that's really cool, right? Even though it's 1, but still, right? You do have at least the ability to make it AoE, so there's that. You know, it got some extra physical move up neck, which is cool, right? You could buff physical, you could buff you know, some other stuff. You have type resistance, which, you know, helps her tank a bit. And what else? Mini potions. Although again, this is also this stuff also kind of sucks, just because like if you want to change the type resistance, right? Like, for example, if you're fighting an opponent that has like one phase, it's mostly this type of damage, and then another phase is mostly that another one. But then like on the other hand, like you also want to use your trainer move early on, so you could max out your physical defense for your team. So like, yeah, it's one of those situations again where part of this trainer move you want to use immediately, and then the other part of the trainer move you kind of want to wait. So that stuff also is slightly annoying. Oh yeah, I mean, it's a fine unit, right? You know, buff a crit, right, as well. Take a few hits here and there, right, which should be nice. Got, again, mini potions. whatnot, some debuffs with speed and accuracy. The biggest issue, unfortunately, with her is she really does not have any good partners to run with. Yeah, you really can't find any great partners. Like, again, she's here for ground rebuff. Like, what ground unit are you actually running her with that would be better than a lot of other options that you could choose? Not too many, right? Not too many. Like, she's fantastic for Hapu, so like you know, Hapu got her support, man. Like, with the extra, you know, mud slap for you to help. Also, the buff accuracy, the defense stuff, like she's a fantastic support for Hapu. But outside of Hapu, it's like Courtney maybe, and like everyone else. Again, Cynthia has better support, right? Cynthia, you probably want something like Ingo. Groudon, you probably just want to just better overall, just physical support. Giovanni maybe as well, right? Like a lot of those ground type units just don't really want Fanfi on the team. Unfortunately, right? Like, yeah, like, would you rather run like Fanfi over here versus like for like ground rebuff, or like Courtney, or just even some other just better physical supports, right? Generally, so yeah, that's slightly unfortunate, right? Also, like the other thing is like if you really are trying to run her with like Groudon or like Nidoking, speed, right? She, you know, if she was like a really good gauge unit, then, you know, you can maybe argue that, but like she's not even good of a gauge unit either. So yeah, like she has potential in the kit. She has no like real partners to really realize a lot of that potential, unfortunately. Moving on, I mean, we could list these two at the same time. They're basically the same unit, just slightly different. Personally, I think I like Brock. I saw the Onyx and said Brock. Bruno. Hey, look, man, they're both Kanto guys with rock type units that start with BR in their name and also have an O in their name. Look, man, it's anyways. So yeah, these two, I mean, they do basically the same thing, right? You know, crit buffs, physical support, right? Some heals here and there, some gauge stuff, blah blah blah. It's just that if you do want to compare these two, I'd say Bruno is a bit more consistent in comparison to Lorelei. Lorelei, you could get some really nice things going for her if she does get, you know, some really nice luck. But I'd say Bruno is a bit more consistent. If you like Lorelei more than Bruno, that's fine. I mean, they're the same unit, honestly. There's not too much of a difference. Okay, I'm just splitting it for the sake of splitting it, right? So, which is really pointless. I mean, everything is pointless here, but whatever. Let's move on. Next up, I'd say probably Shauna, right? Shauna is not a good general support. We've talked about that. I mean, like, there's just, yeah, I mean, you don't want to just slap her onto like any team and, you know, expect her to be a great option there, right? She can be a good option, right? But a lot of times for like a general support position, you'd find there will be a lot more just better supports to put in those slots. So yeah, she's just not like a great general support, but she does have, again, a lot of value. I know we've been you know, beating this point to death, but she definitely has a lot of value in a lot of the different gauntlet stages that she could really help and contribute here over here. I just noticed that this is like slightly awkward. You guys didn't even see the speed for Lyra, but Lyra's speed was like 200 something. How do I don't know, man. I have a like super wide screen, so I don't know how to like fit this in here. Alright, I guess the only solution I found is just to like vertically stretch it, which looks really ugly, but you know, it is what it is. At least things fit in here. But anyways, yeah, that's this Klefki, right? Again, just very good in a lot of different gauntlet situations, right? So, you know, if you value gauntlet more, right, this is definitely a really nice unit. But if you don't care about gauntlet, she's not giving you too much, right? So, all right, moving on. Next up, as for the top two, I mean, I guess you could say either. I personally like Steven a bit more in this slot, right? Just because, you know, Steven just gives you a lot of stuff, man. A lot of really cool things. And could you argue that Zinnia probably has like a higher cap on you know, how useful the unit is? Probably, right? Probably. But I'd say Steven's just a bit more just you know, reliable in terms of like what he gives you every single match. And I feel like Steven's just kind of like that unit that you could use in just so many different situations with obviously physical units. And yeah, it's just like Zinnia's good too. Like Zinnia is like in terms of like nuke wise, I think she has like some of the highest nuke damage in the game right now. Yeah, like she's up there. Let's try maximize it. Yeah, she's up there with some of the highest nukers in the game, which is obviously really good, right? So massive, like just like you didn't even have to look at the damage calcs to notice that, right? With all the like massive sync nuke multipliers that she has, right? Like I think she has like 2 times, like, or around 2 times ish sync nuke multipliers and stuff. So yeah, obviously really great over there. But on top of that, you know, she has the buffs that she could give, the stat reduction stuff, which again is also good for, you know, a lot of gauntlet stages. Also, you know, could be nice for you know, certain mass mode stages too, right? Options. And yeah, I don't know, she does a lot of damage on her nuke, man. The dark rebuff too, right? Dark rebuff, don't forget about that. I think it's an AoE one, right? Yeah, AoE dark rebuff as well. You know, she gets the basically just free move next, like non-stop, as long as, you know, the opponent doesn't have any of those stats raised, which is really good. The defense debuffs on the crunch is also really nice. Yeah, it's not like she does nothing on DPS as well. She also does some really, you know, solid DPS there. And yeah, I don't know. She's nice, man. Also, forgot to even talk about her B move, right? She has the buff blocking thing, right? I believe, and she also had the what else was it? The sort of like the snatch. Well, not snatch, but like the haze. No, snatch, right? Snatch is the one where yeah. It's literally called snatch. Yeah, she also has like the snatch thing as well, right? Which is again just really good. Again, Latios is just getting obliterated recently by some of these units here and there. So yeah, like F's in the chat for Latios. Very unfortunate month for her. So yeah, a lot of good things this unit. Again, if you think she's better than Steven, that's fine. I mean, if you think Steven's better, that's fine too. I personally maybe Steven edge it out a bit. I don't know, but yeah, in general, right, again, we've got some really good gauntlet units this month, that's for sure, right? A lot of them are, you know, Zinnia, right, Shauna, like even these two are low-key pretty solid for gauntlet. I mean, he's usable for gauntlet. I mean, like any tank is always appreciated for gauntlet, right? I mean, he's I feel like he's just solid like anywhere, right? Which is probably why I gave him a bit of an edge over Zinnia, just because, yeah, like, not that Zinnia is not going to be great in something like master mode. Like she'll have uses in master mode too, but I feel like just Steven's a bit more just generally good all around, right? So, anyways, yeah, that's me in this one. I guys hope you all enjoyed, guys. Think in the comments down below. Like, enjoy the video, try and have some more Poem Magic content. I'll see you guys in the next one then.